Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Good morning. It's almost 7 o'clock. I just had my salad. I paired my salad with grape juice, but grape juice seems way too sugary, but it was still good. I was craving grape juice like crazy. Let me look at the sugars. 38 grams. Holy fuck. That's probably not good. Anyway, I'm making my tea, and while I'm making my tea, I was thinking maybe we could talk about energy. So I was just watching TikTok, and this chick was doing a reading. She was talking about how inspiring it is to like donate, right? And like not expect anything in return. And so it made me think about energy, especially within capitalism. And I personally just donated all of my things I don't wear. I got rid of about 15 garbage bags full of clothes, which is a lot. Maybe 1 or 2 were Niall's clothes, but most of them are mine. And it made me think about when I was also in Los Angeles and I got rid of a bunch of clothes. And like my weight fluctuates like really crazy. Well, it did. And then, so my wardrobe, I would like get rid of stuff and then have to like buy new stuff. And then, I think that's pretty common for a lot of women, especially like going from girlhood to like womanhood to like motherhood to like, yeah. Anyway, the reader said you can donate without expecting anything in return, and I was like, oh, well, things will always come back to you. And so it's like energy. Whatever you put, I tell Niall this all the time. I always tell him, like, whatever you put out is what you're gonna receive back, and like, have you heard the term karma credit? Like, people with good karma credit like immediately receive their karma, right? So like the other day, for instance, Niall was throwing something at the dogs, or was like chasing a dog, like a stick or something, and he immediately got karma because I was telling him, no, don't do that, and then he like hurt his foot or something. I don't remember what happened, but it made him stop. And so yeah, just want to put that out there. You're always going to receive what you give, regardless of if it's good or bad, light or dark. And it doesn't need to be like such contrasting either. But like, energy is everything. And I think when I think about donating all of those clothes, now I'm in that space of like thinking about how many hands touched those items, how many humans affected those pieces of clothing, how many humans were a part of like the shipping and logistics of making sure that piece of clothing got from the creator of it to the consumer of it. How many, and did the creator receive anything for it, and what kind of energy was that piece of clothing perpetrating into the consumer's life? So like, if you get something that is mass-produced slave labor, for instance, what we're seeing coming out of Congo, people who are buying iPhones at like these, it's not just Apple though. It's not just Apple. It's like all tech. Even the solar batteries and the solar stuff there's resources from Congo used by slave labor to make those things. And so, I started thinking about this when I really lived in LA, because I saw like the logistics, and I saw the mass production, and I saw the mass waste, specifically, and then like the impact of it being in Skid Row, of like watching homeless folks dig through garbages of like capital trash, while you have like Hollywood just a few blocks over. I mean, a few blocks is a little bit, I mean, as far as the scale goes, it's pretty accurate, but it's more than a few blocks. Hollywood is probably like half an hour away from Skid Row, which again is not far. And I don't know if you were here for like the Chinatown sweat lodge conversation. Like there's actual sweat lodges in America and people don't think that that exists here, and all of those things. So I don't know. I love to give things away. I'm a giver. And that's something I've had to really work on my boundaries around, because I've been surrounded by takers in my life, which has caused me to leave myself in a place of poverty, both, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, monetarily. I've reached that point of overgiving so much in my life that I'm finally in this space of I'm allowed to share and give, but I'm not going to be putting myself, and I just relearned this again. But now I'm back to a good standing. So anyway, just want you to know that you will always receive what you give. And that's how energy works. That's how we can all conduct ourselves better. Marley has the zoomies. Hang on. Wow, I can't believe Moana is over already. That means we've been awake for like an hour and a half already. Now I woke up very early. Mommy was still in astral travel. We have to go to the grocery store before college today. I need animal food, and there's no way I'm going at noon when everyone's there on their lunch break. Hang on. Anyway, I think one of the things that's really helpful for me when I think about this stuff is like thinking of the word system and how systems work. I had this aha moment about systems in college when I was in one of my communication courses. Like college the first time around. Hang on, I'm making my tea. I feel like I'm gonna need it today. But someone used the word system in relationship to the body, right? Like the body is systems, right? We have the nervous system, we have all these different systems that make up the whole body. And that metaphor really helped me understand like systems of oppression, systems of capital, systems of, you know? So I just wanted to put that here and understand that. Hang on, let me get my tea. When we're all part of the systems, right? And we get to choose how we interact with the systems, how we uphold systems, and how we benefit systems or, make systems worse. So ultimately, when you have excess, when you have things that you can share, it doesn't just have to be money. It doesn't have to be just resources. It could be time and space. You encounter someone who's having a hard moment. Do you have the capacity to support that, right? If you do, that's energy that you're going to receive later on, right? So ultimately, everything is energy. And as participating system people, while we do exist in this larger system, we can also do smaller scale system fuckery by being good, and then you're gonna receive it back. I feel like I have to keep saying that because I feel like that's the only way that people will do good, is if they know they'll get it back. But ultimately, if you do bad, you're gonna receive that back too. No matter what energy you put out, you will always get it back. So, I feel like this could have been an email.